Guess what this is? You got it. A matcha. It's an amazing day. Saturday evening, 5:17 p.m. I just got my nails done and my toes repolished. And I'm out in these streets, y'all. Got some errands to run, and but I've been doing all day? Going with the flow, which is wonderful. Woke up this morning, did some editing and some filming. Spoke with Gabby, spoke with Troy, all the things. And I left about 3. I had a huge wait. Hope you guys can hear me. Hold on. I had a huge wait for my nails because I didn't make an appointment, so I did have to wait. And then, it took a little bit to get my nails filled and my toe polish changed. I didn't get a pedicure today because I didn't need one. Feet are nice and soft and regular. Okay. So I am headed to. I have some boxes and things I need to get rid of. Take it to the dump, and then I'm gonna head up to. I got a little list. I got some things on my list. I need to wash my car. So I'm gonna wash the car. Go to where I'm going. The area that I'm going, there's a car wash there up in that area that I like, and so I'm gonna wash my car there to drive through. Quick little vacuum. Trader Joe's, perhaps. Target, Wegmans, maybe. But then I want some tacos. So, will I make all those runs? I'm not sure. But tacos is what is at the forefront of my mind. I want to go to Torchy's, so I'm going to do that for sure. But yeah, so that's where I am. It's been a wonderful day. It is 80 degrees here. I am all for it. And yeah, so that's what's going on right about now. I feel like I did something else this morning, but maybe not. I just went with the flow. No pressure. Took my time. It's been good. It's been really, really good. So I am so glad there's no line for the dump. I'm just gonna drop these boxes off, and I'll get back with you guys in a second. Well. I lost y'all in the mix. It is, let's see what time it is. Hold on. 9:21 p.m. Saturday. Okay. So I lost y'all this afternoon. Because what had happened was, can't remember, did I last talk to you? I got my nails done. I was going to run some errands. And then I got a call that my grandbaby needed to be picked up from his other grandmother. And so I scooped him up. And he was feeling, ornery. For real. He was so surly. He didn't want to come with me. So I just took him with me to get some tacos. And then we went to, where else did we go? That was it. I went to get some tacos. We ate in. Went to Starbucks. I got a drink. And I kind of drove him around a little bit. He was tired at one point. But it just kind of, threw off all my errands and stuff I was going to do today, which I can do tomorrow. So it's not really a big deal. I wanted to see him, spend a little time with him. But he was feeling some kind of way. So, we had a good time. But he was a little moody. He had been to His other grandmother took him to like an Easter egg hunt, and he had been out, so he was tired. So I just, laid low with it. My patience is not what it used to be, but we had a good time together. And then I got him back to his parents around 8 o'clock and came back, and I just was talking to my mom for a little bit, for a good 45 minutes in the car in my driveway before I came inside. So it's now 9:21, 20-ish. So that was my Saturday. I'm getting ready to take me a nice hot shower, gonna relax and call it a night. See what I can, watch on TV or find something, read a little bit maybe, I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna do whatever. So, anything I want to talk about tonight? Let me see. Not really. Maybe we'll have some, we'll make it a thing. Maybe have some late night chit chats and talk about a few things in the future so you guys can get to know me a little better. Because I got things to talk about, a lot, but I am going to take a shower tonight. So, just update my daughter, like I had mentioned in the last video, or at least an update, last video or video before. One of my girlfriends' friends that she's in school with and has been, really good friends with for the past couple years. She had a girlfriend come down for the weekend from New Jersey. My daughter's school had like an Aggie Fest, which is kind of like a homecoming during the week. So, her girlfriend's friend came down, and they were at like a little afternoon party or day party, and they were crossing the street. And as they were crossing the street, someone was driving at a high speed down the street, and my daughter Gabby saw it, and she told, another one of her friends was right next to her, and then the girl who was visiting them in town was next to her. And as Gabby was, yelled for them to go back, I think she stepped out. She didn't see the car, and she got hit. And so she was thrown up in the air. She hit the ground. And long story short, she's okay, but they were all in sorts last night, obviously. Now, this driver hit other people. Hit and run, just came down, just hitting multiple people. Her situation was the worst. She ended up fracturing a jaw and had jaw surgery. So she's still in the hospital and recovering, but stable. Thank God, right? Just terrible. So her, her mom came down and all those good things. So, she'll be recovering for several weeks. And so we'll just keep her in prayer. But I tell you, this world is an interesting place, and it definitely speaks about the times that the Bible says. And so we all just have to be aware. We have to stay in prayer for our family members and cover them. And just, some things we don't understand, and we're not going to always understand. But thank God for, God's grace and his mercy, that we're still here. And so, hearts out to her and her family, prayers, and speedy recovery to her. So that's it for Saturday night. And as I said, I'm going to call it a night, take a nice hot shower, wind down a little bit, and that's my Saturday. So I will see you guys soon. Take care. Mwah. Nighty. Great afternoon. Happy Resurrection Sunday. It is 2:40 in the afternoon, and I am out and about. The original plan was to have brunch with my family, but they had something come up at the last minute, so I was already out in the area, so now I have to change my plans. I'm just gonna make it do what it do. Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab some food I think I'm gonna get Mexican maybe. Or did I say? I'm thinking I'm gonna get some food because no, I did not cook because I anticipated coming out for a late brunch or lunch, whatever. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go run a couple of the errands that I had from yesterday that I didn't complete, and then I'm gonna take my little tail back home. But what I've been doing all morning is I got up. I actually slept in kind of late for me. It was almost 8 o'clock because I went to sleep last night, but I woke up about 3 o'clock-ish. I mean, I didn't get out of bed, but I was probably couldn't get back to sleep for an hour or so. So that kind of threw off my sleep. But you know, I didn't set my alarm or anything. I knew I wasn't going to church today because, you know, my church is big and it's too many people, and I'm not here for all the, you know, all the carrying on, right? So, I mean, in terms of, I'm sorry, maybe that didn't come off right, but I'm just saying. I already knew I wasn't going to church. Let me say that. So, I watched the message from home. The message was blessed, right? Nothing to my pastor. I mean, no shade to my pastor. The message was amazing. So I did that, did some editing, a little bit of filming, and, you know, got myself together and everything. And then, you know, long story short, came up here. So up here, I say up here, meaning up here in Richmond, maybe about like 25 minutes from home, 30 minutes from home. So I'm going to find something to eat. I'm going to sit on down in a restaurant. I'll take y'all with me wherever I go. But depending on availability, it's one or two places. Either Mexican, this place called Casa de Barco. I'd definitely go for some of their grilled corn, a little salsa, and maybe a nice salad. Or mellow mushroom, which I can go for. They have great Caesar salads and a calzone. So, veggie calzone. So we shall see. I am jumping back on the highway now, headed towards the west end of town, and I'll make a decision as I get a little bit closer. And whatever I do, I'll bring you guys along. Okay? All right. Hello. Guess what this is? You got it. A matcha. I just left Casa del Barco. If you're not familiar, it's a Mexican restaurant. I think I showed you guys some pictures here. Insert. Really good. I had some grilled corn. They have like this grilled corn on the cob with like this cheese on it. So good. I had some mushroom tacos with black beans and rice and chips and salsa, and a little bit to go, so I can eat that tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna eat it tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday. I'm gonna really be trying to, like, you know, stay on my program, so we'll see. But anyway, I did have some leftover, so it was really, really good. The place is a nice place. Gabby and I used to go there kind of often on our little date nights when she was in high school and stuff, but really good Mexican food. So I just got a matcha. I just pulled over. I'm just gonna sit here for a couple minutes, gather myself, and I think I'm just gonna go on home. I didn't know a lot of the stores are closed, you guys. Like, all the parking lots are empty except for restaurants. So I guess I have a couple errands to run, but there's nothing major. I ran out this morning to get creamer because I was out of creamer. Yeah, so that I had to run to Wawa to get some creamer for my coffee. Well, out of coconut milk. I had coconut milk left. Before that, I had some creamer that I had, I think, from Trader Joe's. But nevertheless, so yeah, we're drinking the matcha with the, 3 pumps of brown sugar. It's acquired taste, so I've acquired it. So, but we're not going to be doing this all week long, okay? So just remember that. But nevertheless, just wanted to touch base again, and it's 4:30. I have some office work to do. I've been pushing that all week, and I haven't really gotten in. I did a couple of things, but I have to do some follow-up retreat stuff. I have to check some surveys, and I need to send out some pics from the retreat to the participants. So I'm definitely going to be in the office for a couple of hours, and then I get to wind down, and it's all good. I'm actually listening. I'm finishing up when I was excuse me, I am finishing up the book of the month, so I'm going to be done today. The book I mentioned, I think, in the other vlog, called Moth to a Flame. So I'll be finishing that today so that I can embark upon a new book on tomorrow, beginning April 1. We haven't had our book discussion yet because we haven't been able to match our schedules, my nieces and I, but we'll get it done either this week or next weekend. But I do want to complete the book so I can be, starting on something new tomorrow, which I have 2 other books that I am going to pick tonight. And so, yeah. And then, of course, when we're done, we'll pick another fiction, but I'm going to get into another book starting on tomorrow. So that's all I got for you right now. As I said, I'm going to go home and get a little office work in, and then I'll check back in with you guys a little bit later. All right? It's one of my favorites. I love bookstores. I don't know if I've said that here or not, but it's a 2-story Barnes & Noble. So as I was sitting and sipping on my matcha, I was like, hey, let me just go over to Barnes & Noble's while I'm here in the area. Go on over in there. And so I picked up several magazines. I haven't bought any magazines in a while. And a card for my best friend. So yeah, that was fun. Child, I had kicked my shoes off. I put my Birkenstocks on because, all right, I mean, enough with the wedges, okay? They were cute for a minute. They felt good and comfortable, but, So, just chilling. Now, I really am headed home. I have my GPS on to take me the shortest route, and I'll be home in 31 minutes. And then I will put on some more comfortable clothing and get to work in the office, and then I'll dive into a few of my magazines that I picked up, and I'll show those when I get home. So I will chat with you guys in a little bit.
He's with the 24/7, Mazan stated, as he watched Ethic help Raven into the house. One of these days he gonna get comfortable, and that's when I'ma show my face. Once she sees me, it's a wrap. She'll be back home to Daddy.
Okay, so here are the magazines that I picked up from Barnes & Noble's today. Number 1. It's been a while since I picked up a couple of these. Entrepreneur, How to Make Extra Money, Your Savvy Guide to Well-Paying Side Hustles. So this is going to be really good. I'm all about extra streams of revenue. Has funding, marketing, and franchise information about it. So I'm excited about reading that in the month of April. Success Magazine, Tony Robbins, he's a motivational speaker, guru, business guy. But this particular magazine, not episode, Lord help me. This particular month. Talks about smart investing and some top franchises that you can own. And so I really liked these topics to take a look at. And then Real Simple. Listen, have any of you guys ever read this magazine? I used to have a subscription years ago. I had this subscription for years, but now, we've moved to internet, just not doing as many magazines. But however, you guys know that I am really trying to get my greenery on, get more green in your life. So I figure that there'll probably be some information to help me with my plants, right? My new plants. And yeah, I need some help with that. So that's what I picked up today at Barnes and Nobles. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Of course, it's Sunday night at about 10:12. So when I got home this evening from, eating in Barnes and Nobles and everything, I went in the office. And I've been working in the office all evening. I had a lot, like I said earlier, I had a lot to do, planning and doing some follow-up things from the retreat, also looking over my week and planning some things out for the week. So I just took a nice hot shower, did my skincare, and I'm getting ready to read a little bit my magazines and carry my little self to sleep. And so hopefully I will be able to sleep all the way through the night, because sometimes I'll wake up, like I woke up last night about 3. So I thought I'd come in and see if we had any chit chat to wrap the vlog up with. So let me think and let's chit chat. So I was thinking about there was I'm a member of a group on Facebook, and it's called 50. I'm on 2 of them. It's 50 and over, and then there's 150 dating over 50 discussion group. So oftentimes people will, post some of their scenarios or questions regarding dating and all those things, right? And a lot of them are just, they make sense, or they're sharing their experience or whatever the situation may be. So there was a woman who posted that she met a man online. I wish I could pull it up, but I know I have to search too high and low for it. But here's like the synopsis of it. She basically met a man online, and they were long distance. He came to her area. He picked her up from her home. She offered that he could stay in her spare room when he came to town. So when he drove to town, he picked her up at her house. They immediately went out, had dinner. I think they did some other activity or whatever. Long story short, they're coming back to her house, and he was trying to make passes at her while they were out. All those things, comes in and, walks into her bathroom and, takes his clothes off and urinates with the door open and all kind of carrying on, and, gets in her bed and falls asleep. And, she's wondering what she should do. So it's really interesting. Of course, there was a lot of feedback, towards this woman about stranger, he's a stranger. Like, how can you, allow this to happen or whatever? And I believe it was this, she had so many details in the post. I believe that it was true. And what I'm finding is that, it's interesting. A lot of, and I'm not going to speak for men because I'm not a man. I pay mostly attention to women. I'm into empowering women. I work with women. I've worked with women, all those things. Right. And so, it's just interesting, even that she had never met him in person. And I can't remember how long they had talked. I can't remember how long they had talked on the phone, but she had never met him in person and was so willing to open up her home to basically a stranger, right? And of course, that was a lot of the feedback in the people who were replying to the post and things of that nature. But it's just interesting. A couple of things. It saddens me, really, because as women, and I'm not speaking for men, I'm speaking for women, as women, to what lengths will we go to find a companion? Because clearly it wasn't like she was trying, we're all adults. So if you just want to hook up and you want to do your thing, do whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat, no judgment here. Hey, everybody live their life. But my point is even a safety perspective, right? And clearly she, the way that she responded was she really wasn't sure what to do next. And it's interesting that you think that at this juncture of life, over 50, and I don't know exactly what her age was, but over 50, there are some basic things that we should know. And, what I have found in doing the type of work that I do, and even in my own experience, I've made mistakes in dating. I made mistakes in my relationships, right? I was married and divorced twice. But just what I have found, and I think I alluded to it a couple of vlogs ago or a couple of videos ago, is that especially if you haven't been out here and you're new to dating, and she didn't say if she was new to dating or not. I just feel like, based on what she was saying, so I don't know if she was divorced or widowed or just whatever the situation may be, maybe a new empty nester, I don't know. But I think that when you haven't been out here as a single woman for quite some time, whether it's marriage, whatever, or maybe you were single parent and you just, opted not to date until your kids were older or something of that nature, that a lot of women appear desperate, right? And there's levels to that, right? Of course, we all say we've done something wrong or didn't follow our intuition or we ignored red flags. Yes, we've been there, done that, but it's scary to me. This man, I don't know this woman, but, this man could have literally been a killer. We hear of these things all the time. So I just think it's interesting. I guess what I want to say is, to what lengths, will we go to for companionship, right? Now, listen, I am not anti-relationship. I may have been divorced twice, but I am not anti any of that, right? I'm not, right? And just because I said I'm not dating or I'm just open, that's not it. Because I've dated all the way up to this point. I've dated people, had relationships, the whole 9 yards. I'm just in a different season of my life and my focus is very different right now. And that's another story for another day. And I alluded to it, I think, on the last vlog. But just be careful. If you're watching this or you come upon this video and you're a woman over 50 and you're new to the dating space via divorce, via empty nest, via, a widow, just be very, very careful. The world, we know that there's nothing new under the sun, but there's so much going on within the sexes and within the dating realm that you really, really have to be careful. And, get around people who have been in this space, who are newer, who've been dating, who can give you some insight. There are a lot of people who are giving relationship advice, quote unquote, online that really don't have any results or credibility to what they're saying. Right. So we do want to do our due diligence to who we're speaking, who we're listening to, what we're reading about, and all those different things. But, my concern is really for the safety of women, and that we, really set some hard boundaries for ourselves, and one of my boundaries, which I knew from the very beginning when I first started dating, was, and this is just personal, no judgment, just personal. I've never lived with anyone, and I'm not going to live with anyone unless I'm married. So right off the cuff, when I'm dating people, right off the cuff, first, second, I don't know, it could even be before I meet them, if, depending on the way the conversation goes. That's not me. That's not my style. I'll live with someone when I'm married. When we're in a relationship, yeah, of course, you may spend more time over my house. I may spend more time over your house, depending on the situation. I'm really just getting kid free. So no one really spent a lot of time at my house, period. So, or maybe there's some times when my daughter was younger and she was doing the every other weekend with her dad thing. That was a little bit different, but, no, I'm just not. That's just a hard boundary for me personally. So if you're, so what it does, what that boundary, I mean, that's really my personal boundary, right? Period. No matter who it is. But it does, wars off. Y'all, sometimes I just really can't, these little sayings and stuff don't be coming to me as quick. Maybe I need some ginkgo biloba or something. But it, not scares off, but wars off, whatever. The guys who, if they're interested in the come up or think they're going to move in and all that kind of stuff, that just cuts it right to the chase, because this is not the woman right here. Not happening. So I have a hard boundary there, and among some other things too, but just have to be really, really careful, you just have to be really, really careful. So I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to share that on tonight, because when I read it, I was just like, wow. I did add a little commentary. Did I add commentary to that? No. Or did I? I might have added something small. But just have to be, really, really mindful if that's the space you're in, or, are interested in. Just really, really be careful, because it's a lot going on. I mean, like I shared the other day, I'm still more old school, I just think there's something to when you meet a person right off the bat, you get to feel their energy. You get to know a little about them right there. There's, and there's pros and cons to dating online and all that, but, that's that. So that's all I want to talk about, I guess. I think that's it. Listen, it's April. It is April already. Tomorrow will be April 1st. And it's a new quarter. So think about what you rolled into 2024 wanting for yourself for this year. Right? Think about it spiritually, physically, socially, financially, even career or professionally. What are those things that you wanted to do? Sort of assess where you are. And, if you got off track, this is a great opportunity to start again. Right? You can reset. You don't have to throw in the towel because you didn't complete something or you got off track. Listen, it is never too late. It's never too late. Start again, begin again. Got a new fresh quarter, a new fresh month, and you can even take the first couple days of the month or the first week of the month to sort of reset. And, whatever it is for you that you want to do or you want to work towards, do it. Do it. The worst thing is you can say is that I wish I woulda, coulda, right? And we know that we have more time behind us, which is just the truth, than we have ahead of us. And so we don't want to take any moment for granted. This is a time and season on so many levels with our wisdom and maturity, to do it, to move in faith and not in fear, and really to just put yourself around people who are interested in moving in the same direction that you are. The most challenging thing is trying to go in a different direction than those people who are around you, right? What they call it, groupthink will pull you in, crabs in a bucket, all those things. And sometimes it can be family. So just be mindful of that. And I just want to encourage you as we move into the month of April, the second quarter, and all those good things. And spring is here. Summer is around the corner for Virginia. Another month, we're going to be hot. It's going to be warm. Today was 70-something degrees, and I'm here for it. And we had some rain. It rained a little bit, but I'm here for it all. So anyway, I think that's going to end this weekend vlog. And yeah, happy April, because that's tomorrow. I'm not sure when you'll see this vlog, but we'll be into April. And keep moving forward. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit the notification button so you can get all future notifications of my videos. And please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you have any suggestions for the channel, let me know, and I will gladly oblige. Have a wonderful and blessed night. I'll see you next time. Bye.